spread of the virus. When we spoke back almost 4 months ago now, the country is just beginning what turned out to be very much a sequential response. States all doing their own thing on their own separate timelines. We're now living through the consequences of that strategy with a huge death toll and an epidemic that just won't go away. Can you explain a little more about the ramifications of not fighting this as a nation, but rather as a group of states all doing their own thing on their own timelines?
Well, first of all, it's sad to see our country in the current state. The epidemic in the U.S. resembled that of a developing country. Most of the developed world has managed to get the virus under much better control. This is certainly very, very sad to see. I think this also exemplifies the lack of a national strategy, the lack of leadership at the very top with a single determination to control this virus. Instead, we have all sorts of different strategies being employed in a country that is pretty much open for its citizens to move about. And this is creating a situation where no single state could relax. As you mentioned, the tri-state area has brought the outbreak under pretty good control, but it's constantly threatened by the mobility of the U.S. citizens. And so, as a scientist working on this, it's certainly a tragic situation that we have today.
And Dr. Ho, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you about this tonight is because the clarity of We Are Now and your presentation that you gave us 4 months ago in terms of the consequences of that choice that we had to make. But I guess I have to ask if the advice still holds, if we should still now keep in mind this idea of there being more power in synchronous action, in doing things that apply to the country as a whole, or is it too late for that? Should we have a national mask mandate? Should we have national restrictions on mobility? Should we have other national uniform interventions now, or is this too far gone for us to consider that the same principle that should guide our actions?
The best time to have a uniform strategy was several months ago, but the next best time is now. And I think we should treat this as a pandemic rather than a political debate. We need to act in concert throughout 50 states to bring this under control. Otherwise, we will see this epidemic continue to spread, and when fall comes, perhaps we will have a worsening of the situation. We need a single uniform strategy, as Dr. Fauci has been advocating for quite some time. We must do it now.
Dr. Ho, I know that you have new research where you and your team looking for therapeutics, looking for potential gateways to a vaccine on COVID-19, some new research that's out today. Could you stay with us to talk with us about that after the break?
Certainly.
Dr. David Ho, Scientific Director and CEO of the Aaron Diamond AIDS Research Center, is our guest. We'll be right back with him after this.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently and other money managers don't understand.